Well, hi there. How are ya? It's great to see ya. Do I have lipstick in my teeth? No, looking good. Okay. It has been a long time since I've made a YouTube video, like 4 years, a long time. So I definitely have an intention with this video. It's definitely going to be a lot of talking. This isn't just a quick, funny, cute little tidbit for you to take with you along in your day. I just want to chat with you guys and, kind of let you know where I've been at and where my brain's sort of been and why I'm here talking to you. So many of you may not know who I am. If so, my name is Alicia. I am 35 years old. I'm a proud New England resident. I am an interior designer, which I also take a lot of pride in. I am single and I am a creative. I love anything to do with the arts. If you somehow are here and you're one of my old subscribers from 5 years ago, dog, bless you. Bless your little heart and soul. So this idea to make this video came to fruition a couple days ago when I just happened to be binge watching my videos, and I'm not someone who goes back to my old videos and, watches them throughout the years. I kind of make them, upload them, and then they're there. But I fell down this my own rabbit hole that I created. I've made over 70 videos, so there was quite a few to review. And the woman that I was seeing in these videos, it shocked me. And it brought up feelings that I didn't imagine I would have for a few reasons. So the woman that I was watching in these videos was effervescent and passionate, and she knew what she was talking about, and she was proud and excited and just so exuberant. And it took me aback so much because I was like, who is she? That's me? I mean, it honestly blew me away 100%. And it also felt completely detached from the person I am now, just almost two different people. It was so startling. That woman I was watching knew who she was, and I know how much I struggle with that question right now in my life. That woman had so much to say, and I've just become so introverted and quiet. Sometimes I wonder if I would be considered like a mute. I mean, I'm 35 years old and single. I'm alone so often that the voices in my head are the predominant voices, I feel like I've almost trained myself to not say what I think out loud, and I hate that. I hate it. So basically, on one hand, it made me sad to see how different I thought we were now versus then. But then my next thought was, wow, I'm so lucky to have this to look back on and reflect on and remember that is me. I am that person. So it's not all negative, and I don't want it to be twisted that way. I actually think it's invaluable. So why am I making this video? Let's just take it back so you can have a little further context. So obviously, 2020, she was quite a gal, wasn't she? I think it's safe to say that everyone went through some horrible, traumatic things during 2020, myself included. I got to round out that year, literally days before 2020 ended. I broke up with my boyfriend and got rear-ended by a hit-and-run driver. And in my mind, I couldn't even get angry. I was just like, oh, yeah, of course. Like just everything that's happened up to that year thus far. Sure, of course. Perfect way to ring out the year. But also, I was like, okay, that's done. We ended 2020 with a bang, and now 2021. Bring it, baby. I love you. The climb is starting. We're going to forget 2020 ever existed. New year, fresh year. Give it to me. The universe, she's a sassy gal, you know what I mean? So that sassy gal comes in and I'm like, hey girl, what's up? So good to see you. How you been? Like, can't wait to catch up. So excited. And boy, if that gal told me then what was ahead for me in 2021, I would have asked to stay in 2020 a little longer. Like, sis. So, January of 2021, I got laid off. And I think I mentioned earlier in the video, but I take a lot of pride. I'm an interior designer, and I take a lot of pride in what I do and my career and my career path. Pretty much ever since I graduated college, I've made the right steps. At each job I've taken, it's been a step up. I've done the right things. I've made the right moves. And this is the first time where I've kind of been like knocked down a peg, So it was a lot in a lot of different ways. I've never been unemployed in my entire life, even before I got into the design field. Very weird feelings and emotions to deal with that. So that happened a few weeks into January. A few weeks after that, I find out my dad has cancer. If you know me, you know that's pretty much the worst thing anyone could ever tell me. My entire life, ever since I was a kid, when you go on dates or when kids are talking to each other, oh, what's your biggest fear? What's your biggest fear? Heights, snakes, water, tornadoes. Literally, my answer has always been something happening to my parents. I just don't know how I could mentally and emotionally deal with it if I lost them. So having something happening to my parents, of course, cancer is horrible. Of course, your parent getting cancer is horrible. But for me, it was like all my worst fears coming to light. Like, okay, you said this is your biggest fear? Here it is. What you gonna do? And honestly, something I've learned this year, for it being my biggest fear and for, going through it, I think I'm handling it okay. The only reason I think I'm getting through it all right is because I'm doing literally everything in my power to be strong for my parents. Anything that I can do to make this easier for either one of them, I'm willing to do it. Doesn't matter what it is. And oftentimes that means being strong, because my dad's going through a lot of pain and turmoil, obviously, and my mom, like me, is an extremely emotional person, and I can't even imagine your life partner, the man you love more than anything in the world, this happening to them. So my dad got tongue cancer. Long story short, it was confirmed, the diagnosis, in January. And just a week ago today, he had an operation where they removed his tongue and a lymph node, I guess. And they took a piece of tissue out of his arm and replaced his tongue with that tissue. I've been to see him in the hospital. You know, he has a trach. He can't speak right now, obviously. And you know, my dad's a musician. My dad's a singer. I'm not going to cry in this video, but he brings joy and light and life to the world. He's touched so many people's lives. You know, it literally hit us like a Mack truck out of the blue. Like, if I never in a million years would think my dad would get cancer. I just didn't. But the good thing is he's out of the surgery. He's doing really well. Every day is a better update. You know, they thought he would have to be in the hospital for multiple weeks. Now they're saying he might get out this week, which is incredible. So, you know, everything's going right, knock on wood, so far. So, you know, that's all I can ask for. And we're here together for him as a family, and we're all here for one another. And I'm very thankful for that. But it's been a lot, a lot at once, if you know what I mean. So obviously, when things like this happen, you take stock of your life and what's important to you, and just all the meaningless shit goes out the window, and it's all about what brings you joy and cherishing the ones you love. And it not only makes you look at the ones you love and those relationships, but it makes you look at yourself. I mean, we all are on a clock here on this planet, you know, and I don't want to waste any time. I want to be the best person I can be, and I want to constantly be striving for better, as we all should be. And you know, with the pandemic and everything especially, it's left me pretty stagnant and pretty depressed and pretty uninspired. So watching those old YouTube videos, I was like, man, I really loved making these. Like, I genuinely enjoyed it. I liked filming. I liked editing. I liked uploading them. Like, it was really fun. And when you watch the videos, I can tell I'm so happy, because I genuinely am. So that's kind of what made me want to make this video, is I want to get back to that. I want to get back to doing things I love and focusing totally on me and my family, and trying to evolve as a person and be my best self. It's just beyond important to take advantage of every second you get in this life. So my previous videos on this channel were makeup and beauty, and I never got into making videos to be an influencer. You know what I mean? When I first started YouTube, the influencer thing was kind of just getting started, it's nothing like it is now. I mean, people would get pissed if you like put an ad in your video. So that's not my intention with this at all. When I started my channel and I started making videos, the predominant reason I started doing it is because I loved sharing my secrets and like things I found out after working with makeup for years and years and years. And I remember like when I first got into makeup, I found it on YouTube and it was like, oh my God, like there's a place where I can learn how to do this, because a lot of you youngins don't know, you can just go on the internet and look up whatever you need and learn how to do it. We didn't have anyone to tell us how to do these things. We just kind of had to figure it out. So when I discovered YouTube and a place where you could go and learn how to do makeup looks and what products work for what, and I remember I wanted to start a YouTube channel right then, but I deliberately said, no, I need to hold off. I can't start a channel until I know what I'm talking about. But eventually I did, and I took a lot of joy in sharing the awesome products that I found that I loved, or makeup techniques that really helped me, or cool palettes that came out, like things that I would be genuinely excited to share with my girlfriends. I like to hear that from my girlfriends if they have this dry shampoo that's like killer and they threw all their others away. Yeah, I want to hear about that. And I loved sharing that with you. So content like that will definitely be sprinkled in here and there. But I kind of want this to be just a place where I can come and be creative, not necessarily have a box that I have to fit into of a type of YouTuber. Just whatever I find fun and cool and interesting, I want to come on here and share with you. Another reason for wanting to reignite my channel is just selfishly for my own benefit. Because I'm sort of notorious for my horrible memory, and just having this video diary in a sense to look back on and be like, oh yeah, you really did feel that way. Oh yeah, I remember when that happened. Like I was saying before, I'm alone so often. So many of the conversations I have are with myself in my mind. So it's very easy to not hold yourself accountable for things and kind of, let them go. And I just think on so many levels, it's so neat to sort of have a video diary. And, I want to get a therapist, but still haven't quite gone there and crossed that bridge yet. It just feels good to talk my feelings out, because so often they just stay in here and that's not good for you. It's just not. So I love it for that reason as well. So before this barrage of things happened to me this year, my rule of thumb was sort of be good to others and good things will happen to you. And then my dad got cancer. And if there is one man on this planet who does not deserve to get cancer, it's my father. I'm not even going to go on about that right now, but so something's changing in my brain and I'm trying to understand things better. I feel like I am going through almost a spiritual sort of renaissance, looking for deeper meanings in things, trying to find myself, what I truly believe, and just, a way to live my life fully, to not waste any molecule of energy I may have around me, and to understand it all as best I can. And I think that's interesting to document that part of the journey. I'm coming to many pivotal points in my life, not only spiritually, professionally, I'm having a renaissance. I'm 35 years old and I'm single, no prospect of a boyfriend in sight, and I want to have a family someday. That's a goal of mine. And that's something else that I have to navigate through and figure out what that's going to look like for me. And, you know, that could be cool to document how I get there. There's a lot of things that I think are worth documenting, basically. So that's what I'm going to do. Sometimes I just want to be able to come on here and rant, you know, no necessary format, just kind of hanging out on the couch, got something to say, and just throw it up there because, you know, I'm trying to know myself as best I can. And I just want to throw up things that I want to throw up. So like I said before, my intention when I started a YouTube channel was never to be an influencer. That's not the vibe I'm going for. I just was genuinely excited about things, and I genuinely loved to film and edit, and I loved the whole process. But gaining followers and, you know, climbing some sort of social ladder, I'm not interested. So, however, I think it would be cool if maybe along the way I ran into some like-minded individuals that kind of vibe with me, and we could create some kind of little community where we could support one another and be there for one another. I mean, friends is another thing in my life that I am severely lacking. I just paused there because I thought I wasn't recording for a second. I was like, no. No, but friends, I need more friends, and it's so hard to make friends, especially these days with everything being virtual, and but they're so important. It's so important to have a group around you. And I recognize that. And I recognize that I literally don't have anything even close to it. So that would be a cool outcome. If I gained a couple homies from this channel, that'd be cool too. So I just like it. I'm just going to have fun with it. There's going to be many updates along the way, in a lot of big life changes coming, obviously. So, you know, if you're interested to hear about my updates, if you just kind of want to follow along, if by some chance you're here from my videos years ago, shout out to you. I mean, I ride with you. I'm with you, and you're fucking amazing for being here. If you made it to the end of this video, you're amazing for being here. So bottom line for this video, I need some major joy in my life. If you're at all interested in watching, please, I invite you to come along with me. If not, listen, thanks for watching anyway. Later, guys. Well, hey there, my little tater tots. How y'all doing? See this fold? It's just... Hope that doesn't bother you. Said change do you good. That change will do you good. Said change better do me good. Jesus Christ, I don't know what else it could do me. That thing you're doing, you think you can put out the video? Like you're someone who puts out the videos? Please. Well, I think that she did a wonderful job, and you should not be criticizing her. Now let's all hold hands and cross our fingers and toes that Alicia doesn't get in the car and have it blow up tomorrow, because we're getting close to that on the scale, and we don't want that, do we? All right. Cross those fingers.